Good morning, everyone, and especially to our professor, Sir Joyce Dublin. I am Abigail R. Holyu from Bed 3B, and I am here to present my topic in a 5A model, which is the semi-detailed lesson plan in mathematics for grade 4. In the first part is intended learning outcomes. At the end of the lesson, students will be able to first identify and classify quadrilaterals based on their properties, sides, angles, and diagonals. And the second is differentiate between different types of quadrilaterals, squares, rectangles, parallelograms, and trapezoids. And the last is recognize the real-world examples of quadrilaterals. And the second part is the subject matter. My topic is quadrilaterals, and my reference is the National Council of Teachers of Mathematics, year 2000, the Principles and Standards for School Mathematics, National Council of Teachers of Mathematics. And in the materials, I will give the students a large set of construction papers, squares, and rectangles, the different colors, pictures or flashcards of various quadrilaterals, the squares, rectangles, and other shapes. In the worksheet, with practice problems identifying and classifying quadrilaterals. And here in the third part, which is the procedure in a 5A model, engage for 10 minutes individual. I will distribute pictures or flashcards of various shapes as students to write down the names of the shapes they recognize and briefly discuss four-sided shapes, quadrilaterals. And in the explore for 20 minutes starting activity, I will divide the students into small groups. Provide each group with a set of construction papers, squares, and rectangles in different colors. Ask them to sort the shapes based on their properties. Encourage them to discuss what makes the squares and rectangles different, all sides equal versus only opposite side equal. And in a quadrilateral hunt, and also another activity is it's called the scatter pictures of various quadrilaterals, including squares and rectangles. And around the classroom, I will show some pictures to the students, and I will say to them that walk around the room and identifying the collecting only the quadrilaterals. And akong sugo sila nga musuro sila sa inside sa classroom, and then sa mga walls is naay mga pictures nga akong gipampilit. So sa quadrilateral hand, so ang ilahang pangkwaon ra dito sa mga walls is kanang mga pictures sa good nga get relate to quadrilateral mga shapes. And also in the explain in procedures number 3 for 15 minutes in the discussion. So I will divide the activities, ensure all the students understand the definition of a quadrilateral in a four-sided shape. I will introduce the terms square, all the sides equal, and rectangular. Opposite sides equal for right angles, with clear explanations and visual aids, diagrams, drawings of squares and rectangles. So here, the part is I will explain to the students about the quadrilateral. So quadrilateral is a polygon having the four sides, four angles, and four verticals. The word quadrilateral is derived from the Latin words quadri, so which means the four, and the latus, which means the sides. And here in the quadrilateral pictures, the angle A here, and the angle B, angle C, and the angle D. Here in the picture, there are pictures here that it shows quadrilateral, the parallelogram, the trapezoid, the isosceles trapezoid, the rectangle, the rhombus, and also the square. Mo ni siya mga quadrilaterals. So, inyong nakita is upat gud siya ka sides. And the name, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quadrilaterals. There are 5. And the first one is the parallelogram. The description of parallelogram is a quadrilateral with 2 pairs of parallel sides. And the rhombus is a parallelogram with 4 equal sides. And the rectangle is a parallelogram with 4 right angles. In square, a rectangle with 4 congruent sides. And the trapezoid is a quadrilateral with 1 pair of parallel sides. If a trapezoid has 2 equal sides, it is called isosceles trapezoid. In a quadrilateral, the total measure of its interior angles is 360 degrees. The sum of the interior angles of polygon be solved by the open close parenthesis n minus 2 times 180 degrees, wherein refers to the number of sides of a polygon. So each number of sides of polygon is na ay 180 degrees. So tungod kay quadrilateral man siya, so each side niya is na ay 180 degrees sa polygon, no? So i-total na siyang 180 plus 180, so equals man na siyang angles, interior angles sa tanan gud sa quadrilateral is angles 360 degrees. So here, the parts of a quadrilateral, the angle A, B, C, and angle D are the 4 angles of the quadrilateral ABCD. And AB, the BC, CD, and DA are the 4 sides of the quadrilateral, the ABCD. And ABC and D are the 4 verticals of the quadrilateral. And the AC and BD are the 2 diagonals of the quadrilateral ABCD. Here are the real examples of quadrilaterals. There are many real-life quadrilaterals, and I will give examples such as chessboards, as you can see in the pictures, the chessboards, the traffic signs, etc. And also, and another example is the table, and also table in the classroom. You can see it is also a quadrilateral. And also a book, a notebooks, a paper, that is also a quadrilaterals. And also a picture frame, and the last is the door, and many more examples of quadrilaterals. And here the procedure 3, the elaborate 15 minutes, the real world connections, show additional pictures of real world objects that are squares and rectangles, doors, windows, table, taps, etc. Discuss how recognizing these shapes help us describe objects in our surroundings. And the practice is will distribute a worksheet with pictures or drawings of various quadrilaterals. Students identify and classify each shape in square, rectangle, or not square or rectangle by circling or coloring the appropriate category. Again, my topic is about the quadrilaterals polygon having the 4 sides. 4 angles and 4 verticals. The word quadrilateral is derived from the Latin. And here in the procedure in a 5E model, the evaluates, I will give it for 5 minutes, and the exit ticket is the distribute an exit ticket with 1 or 2 questions to assess students' understanding. What is a quadrilateral? Draw and a level a square. Observe students' performance during the worksheet and activity to identify areas where students may need additional supports. And here in the evaluation, the part 1 is multiple choice for 1 point each. And then in part 2, there is 2 points each. The students will answer these questions that define a quadrilateral in your own words, then draw and level square, draw and level rectangle, and how is a rectangle different from a square. And also, and find examples of quadrilaterals in your classroom. And in a part 3, for 3 points, find 2 examples of quadrilaterals in the classroom and describe their shapes. So grading rubric is 1 point for each correct answer for 4 points in the part 1, those multiple choice. And in part 2, the answer the questions are explained is for 8 points total. And in part 3, it's give 3 points. So the possible points for my evaluation is 15 points. And in the homework part, the students can create a drawing or collage showcasing different squares and rectangles defined in their homes. And that's all. Thank you for listening.